Hello, hello, beautiful people. It took me a little bit. Hold on, let me get my headset together. Thank you so much for coming in. Let me go to my comments. Hey, Trish. Thank you for being here. Thank you for waiting for me. Thank you for your patience. I had to get some things in order first. If you are not a blog star, please make sure that you subscribe. Press the bell to be notified for content coming on this channel. If you're watching a replay, make sure you thumbs up. This is not going to be a long live at all. As you come in, thumbs up the live. Show me some love by thumbsing up. I'm going to wait just a few seconds. All right, guys. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started. I know it's pretty late. I just finished watching the game. The game is still on. Hey, Christine. Thank you for coming in. We're going to talk about this NaNoWrimo kickoff. Um, Thank you so much for showing some love. We're going to talk about this NaNoWrimo kickoff. Like I said, NaNoWrimo is National Writing Month for the month of November. Guys, it starts tomorrow. I am so excited. So, throughout, I have been doing lives here and there, giving you information on how to write your own book. Hey, Patricia, thank you so much for coming in. And hey, Jazzy. So I have been given information on how to write your own book. So tomorrow is the day. This is day one, guys. We can do it. Like I said, the goal for NaNoWrimo is to write at least 50,000 words, which equals to 200 pages. If you can, depending on how you format it, if you do the double space and stuff, that should give you around 200 pages. However, hold on, Bentley is excited. One moment. Bentley, and don't talk back, okay? Calm down. Um, Another thing is I did explain that if you cannot write 50,000 words, that is okay. It is completely fine, because there is a space for you called Kindle Singles, where if you have a transcript or a manuscript that is less than 30,000 words, you can go ahead and put that on the Kindle site, and you can apply for it to be on the Kindle Singles platform. Kindle Singles is awesome. Stephen King uses Kindle Singles. A lot of big authors also use Kindle Singles. Stephen King did an essay, like maybe like an 8-page essay on gun control, and he used Kindle Singles to sell his essay. There are also books that Stephen King has placed on there as well. So there is a place for you if you did not, if you do not want to use Kindle Singles. I mean, if you do not want to use just Kindle, or if you can't write the 50,000 words, okay? I'm down for it. I don't really believe that you have to necessarily do 50,000 words. I'm down for anybody using their creativity and being an author and just writing a book. We talked about a lot of things: how to format your book, how to use your page breaks, and all of that. If you have missed any of that information, please go back and watch the other lives that is titled NaNoWrimo. That way, you will be able to be prepared to start and to celebrate the month of November and get your first book out. Okay. If you guys want to reach out to me, I will go ahead and put my Instagram information in the description area. That way you can ask me any questions that you want as far as pricing, but I cover pricing. I covered everything in the last videos with you. Let's go ahead, and I'm just going to go ahead and share some important links that I did share in other videos, but I want to share them now as well. This is the copyright information for electronic copyright. That is the link. Like I said, if you mail in your copyright, it can take 10 months. Now, with everybody having the time where they were at home because of what we're going through right now, some people may have let their creative juices flow and they may have wrote books. Hey, Nick, they may have wrote books and they it might take a little bit longer if you mail it in. The cool thing about eco.government.com, .gov is, I'm sorry, eco.copyright.gov is the fact that once you submit it, you pay the copyright fee and you submit it, and they let you know that your information has been processed. You can go ahead and put that information into, you could go ahead and upload your book into Kindle. So this is how it would go. You finish your book at the end of November, right? And you finish your book at the end of November. You put your copyright stuff in after you do your proofreading. Like I said, you would want to use Fiverr. Fiverr is a great place to find people who specialize in things like that. And everything is formatted the way you want, and you're ready to go ahead and upload it onto the iBookstore or onto Kindle. What you want to do is you go ahead and you go to the Electronic Copyright Office website. You upload it. Once you get that notification that it is done, it's uploaded, and they are processing, it takes them about 3 months to mail you your certificate for your copyright for that book. What you do is, in the beginning of your book, you would write, hold on, let me go to one of my books. One moment. Um, because it will be 2021 by that time. So what I would do is, one moment, guys. In the beginning, the first or the second page after you do your title page, if you want to do a dedication page, whatever, you would put the copyright information. So the copyright information would go something like this. For some reason it's, hey Monica, for some reason it's not letting me open this up. One moment. It would be copyright year. So you will put 2021. And then you would say author and then your name, your pen name that you want to use. You don't have to use your name if you don't want to. So you can use a pen name. And then you could say, this book should not be duplicated in any form unless expressed, authorization by the author. Something along those lines. You can also go on Google and look for book copyright, um, book copyright information. You could type that into Google and they will give you templates, and they will give you tons of templates where you can go in and erase and type in all the information needed. The year, like I said, if you do a book in November, your copyright is going to come through, especially if you use ECO, it's going to come through in 2021. So you would delete out whatever date they have in there. If they have a date, they might keep it blank, and you would just type in 2021. You would type in your pen name and your author name. And let's go to the next thing. Next thing is go on write.com. Go on write.com is where you can find book covers. They have a lot of interesting, cool book covers, different genres, different categories. You just go to the top and you click on whatever type of book that you are writing. Sci-fi, romance, they have the whole thing. Religious, they have everything that you can choose from. They have great packages. Um, I like I like them for especially if I'm making like a series and I'm making books that or I'm writing books where I have like, you know, a series of one or two, three books because they're really awesome at that. But they're awesome at everything else too. But say for example that you want to make your own book cover, okay? If you want to make your own book cover, the idea for your own book cover size, and I'm going to put this in the chat as well, is 2560 times 1600 pixels. When you go into any type of app where you can make book covers or YouTube thumbnails or whatever, sometimes they have a customized section where you can put those numbers in. And once you put those numbers in, you could create. But I will say, first, give it some time, play around. You might want to go onto a site like goonwrite.com just to do your first few book covers, or you might want to do like just a little bit of research first to see what book covers look like. Book covers are very, very, very important. I know people say don't judge a book by its cover, but that they're very important. Unfortunately, a lot of people still judge a book by its cover. So you do want to make sure that you do some looking around and you do some research on how some of these authors who are making good amount of sales on Kindle or on the Apple bookstore, that you're looking at their book covers, okay? Your book cover should kind of tell a little story about your book. And yeah, but if you get to the point where you say, you know what, I think I could do this. Those are the dimensions that you want to use to have your own ebook cover. And guys, I just really came on just to share some of the quick important stuff, and just to kind of recap on some of the things that I have covered throughout the last few lives for NaNoWrimo. It is time to get this started. I support you guys 100%. If you decide to write your book, you can ask me any questions that you want on Instagram. I will leave my Instagram information. You can also leave questions in the comment section if you are watching the replay. But guys, we could do this. Trish says, is it just for the front or the front and back? Um, so for if you're doing an ebook, because Kindle does allow you to offer your book in print. So if you are doing an ebook cover, is just for the front. And then once you go into uploading your book for um like paperback or hardback or whatever, they will ask you for a back cover too. So you will want to use those same dimensions for the front and the back. And Kindle will walk you through all of that. But you would do one for the front and one for the back cover. But the same dimensions. So like for example, this thing that I have as an avatar, Dirty March, that is one of my books that I wrote, and that's just the front cover. But if I was to show you the whole picture, I also have a back cover that has the information about the book or a little bit about March, and then yeah, and then a whole different design on the back. So but you will still use those dimensions for the front cover and then do another one for the back. But they'll walk you through all of that. And you are so welcome, Trish. Thank you for asking. I'm going to open it up for any questions. But yes, guys, we could do this together. We can support each other. If you want to come back and ask any questions in the comment section, if there's anything that you're not sure about, go to any of the NaNoWrimo videos that I've done, the lives that I've done, and just leave a comment on it. If you don't have Instagram, or you can reach out to me on Instagram and I'll make sure that I put my Instagram information in the description area. Please feel free to ask any questions. I am so pumped. I'm ready to go. I get pumped up about this every year. If you guys do a poetry book, if you guys do an inspirational book, whatever you choose to do, fiction, sci-fi, romance, whatever, or even erotica, whatever you choose to do, once you are done, you would just feel so accomplished. It's such an amazing feeling. I don't know how to explain it. Like every time I'm done with a book, I get like emotional a little bit, and it's like celebration time, because it does take a lot out of you, because you're putting a lot of your thoughts into how the book is going to go and how everything is going to play out. And it's just very rewarding. So I'm excited, to do this with you guys. We can all do it together. And even if it's your first time writing a book, if you never wrote a book before, that's so cool. It's okay. Um, so I'm just going to wait here for just a second, keep it open for any questions. Thank you so much, Monica, for sharing me out. Again, if you have not, make sure you thumbs up the live. And if you're watching a replay, make sure you thumbs up as well. All right, guys, that seems to be all that we have for tonight. I just really came on to, pump you guys up, because tomorrow is the day, the first day. I'm gonna be very, 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 very busy tomorrow. I said business. I'm gonna be very busy tomorrow. I have a Christmas book that's already coming out. That I'm going to be working on, like the cover stuff and just making sure everything is done for the Christmas book. And um, then I'm going to be working on my NaNoWrimo book. So I'm going to be kind of busy. When you finish a book, do you have like a special thing you do? When I finish a book, I do. Well, the first thing I do is I call my mom and I'm like, Mom, I'm done. Because it's just like, that's just like a tradition for me, is to call my mom and tell her I'm done. She has been my biggest cheerleader throughout my life with writing. I started writing when I was 8 years old. I did poetry first. And then when I was 11, I was on our local news, because we had this contest. It was like statewide of women who has influenced your life, and everybody was doing Sojourner Truth and Harriet Tubman, and I just did my mom, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm probably not going to win because everybody had all of these powerful women. Now, I felt like my mom was my superhero, but like everybody has somebody else. And I'm just like, I won't win. And then my teacher, Miss Hudson, came to me and she was like, you got to go to DSCC, which is like a military base. She was like, you have to go there because you won, and the news is going to be there and all of this stuff. So they gave me like this certificate. I got like this plaque. I won grand prize. It was just so cool. They had me on the news, and it was just so crazy. So I think my mom, and I think Miss Hudson, and she was my fifth grade teacher, and I still thank her to this day because she's the one who told me, I see the little stuff that you write. And anytime we have to write something, you're so into it and you put all these details. And I think you got something. And so when I really did some amazing, successful things in my life, as far as like writing books and stuff, I made sure that I had reached out to Miss Hudson, and it took me forever to find her because the school district was being kind of secretive about what school she was at now. And, but yeah, I called my mom, and one year I went and I met up with Miss Hudson. I finally found where she was. Somebody finally gave me the information. I had to go through all these loopholes. But that's the first thing I do. And then I just celebrate. I don't know. But it is just very rewarding to, once you're done, to write a book, and to, all of the hard work that you put into it, and finding the time to write, especially if you have other things that you're doing on the side. And not only that, just the thought process, just trying to make that book more special than the last ones, or different, So, and that's something that I feel like everybody, I mean, if you have a passion for writing, you do. If you don't, you can gain a passion for writing because some people don't know how good they are. I have read people's stuff and I'm like, why aren't you an author? And they're like, I never thought about it. But you just wrote this juiciness, and you give me your journal and say, read this and tell me what you think. It is awesome. Most of the time people don't know how awesome they are. And, I just feel like that's just a feeling everybody should be able to, experience. So you will be surprised what you could do. You start writing down your thoughts, you start writing down some of those poems, you start writing a storyline down. You can do it. You can do it. So, guys, it looks like we don't have any more questions. I just wanted to pump you guys up to start NaNoWrimo. Please start with me. And like I said, everything that you need to contact me will be in the description area. I love you all. Thank you for spending time with me. And you guys have a great night.